Oh, here we go. Ready? So welcome back. We're here with Mare. We're here with another ACL Academy graduate interview. Mare, I appreciate you being here. Can you share a little bit about yourself, like how old you are, where you're from, a little background on you?
Yeah. My name is Marilyn. I live in Montana. I'm 35 this year. Got four kids, and I'm just now feeling 100% like myself. It's been
Awesome.
a little bit.
Awesome. So let's talk about that a little bit. Can we first like go rewind all the way back to the injury? Can you tell me how you got hurt? What were you doing when it happened?
Yeah, I was getting together for a little community friendly game of baseball and was running in toward home, gonna make that home plate, and then the little teeny baseman catcher, she was half my size. And I should have just barreled right into her because she was in my way. But the last second, I stopped, pivoted, and crashed and
Yeah,
said all of the swear words in like 30 seconds, and I was done.
I hear. Did you feel like a pop when it
So,
happened? Did you feel anything in your knee like that when it happened?
yeah. So, yeah. And to this day, I don't know if I heard it or felt it or imagined that I heard it, but it was a loud pop
Got
in
it.
my head or in my body. But yeah, I knew I was done. Just instant pain. I didn't feel stable. I had to get hobbled off and then taken home. Yeah, I've never ever felt that way before. It sucked.
Yeah. Have you ever had like a big injury like this, or was this your first big like injury surgery?
Um, so no, in 2019, I actually had a heart attack.
Oh my God, I
I had
didn't
an
know that.
undiscovered heart
Think you did.
defect. Yeah. So I had an undiscovered heart defect that led to a STEMI heart attack to where I went in for heart surgery. After that was all gone down. My heart healed a little bit for to get heart surgery. So I had that done,
Oh,
and
wow.
that honestly it gave me a whole new lease on life.
Yeah.
Like I almost died, I didn't die, so now I get to live fully because I knew how that had felt.
Wow.
So from 2019 to 2023, I was actually enjoying, not that I didn't enjoy life before, but I was enjoying it fully and doing all the things and getting way more active because I wasn't, that also ended the chapter of having kids for me. So I was able to just, I don't know, get way more active with them, knowing that this was the last chapter with them. So I tried to make everything count with them. So no, I had had pain and surgeries before, but this was a whole new level, a whole nother level of instability and uncertainty and honestly the mental load, just knowing that I had, taken away the use of my leg that I had relied on so much of,
Yeah.
running around with the kids and biking and everything. So
Yeah, it, like almost upends your life a little bit, right? You take it for granted.
it did. It really did because the 2 weeks before that baseball game, I had just done a 130-mile bike ride for charity for kids with cancer.
Wow.
So I was still kind of riding that high a little bit and gearing up for my next ride that I wanted to do. So then, yeah, getting your leg taken away for a little bit, not like it was amputated, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it really shifted a lot for me.
Yeah.
So
And what was the specific injuries? ACL tear, and then you had some meniscus involvement too. Do you remember?
yeah, ACL tear, lateral meniscus, and then my MCL was like a grade 2 sprain.
Okay.
So not torn, but a good sprain on it.
Okay. And then can you just share with us when they did the surgery, what was done, what they used for ACL so people know like what the specifics were?
Yeah. Yeah, we chose to do the patellar tendon, and then for the first surgery, he just repaired the meniscus. He
Okay.
just stitched it back together.
All right.
So I was in a locked mode for 6 weeks.
Okay. All right. And then how soon after did you start some PT? Like after surgery?
Mm. The injury was in July. He actually had me do like a month of prehab work,
Okay.
and I honestly wish that I would have done more. But I was so ignorant and naive to how it all goes in the protocol and how much muscle you would lose.
Yeah.
So I only did about a month of prehab, and then I did get signed up right away to do in-person PT twice a week after the surgery.
Okay. And how long did you do that in-person PT for, give or take, would you say?
Started in August, and I quit in-person PT in October just because I was so lost. I
Yeah.
was so lost. I didn't know. I mean, I was first of all locked in a brace where I lost
Yeah.
so much muscle. And I didn't, like I said, I was so ignorant and naive. I didn't know, like, am I pushing it too much? Am I not pushing it enough? So I went full send
Right.
every day trying to get the movement back to where I was swelling up all the time, in pain all the time. And in October, I was just at a breaking point and I just quit because I didn't feel like I was making any progress. I felt like I was going backwards. And I just knew that in-person PT was not for me.
Yeah.
I was being sent home with little papers of like, do your leg raises, do this, do that,
Yeah.
do the little clamshell things.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like it was benefiting me at all.
Yeah. So then what'd you end up doing? Because that was only like a couple months after, right? Or right, 2 or 3 months, give or
Yeah.
take. Yeah. So were you on your own
Yeah,
for a while?
I was on my own for a month, still trying. Um, trying to I went to the doctor for a follow-up and he's like, "Well, you're not where I want you to be." And I said, "I know I'm not. I know I'm not anywhere where I want to be."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, let's probably talk about another manipulation to just get that motion back." And that
Do
surgery,
you remember how bad your range of motion was at the time? Like when the doctor shared that with you, or like was it like 90
he
degrees?
did, and I was barely 90.
Okay.
So I was not all the way back. Heel wasn't even close to touching my butt.
Yeah.
It hurt. It hurt so bad to even get to like, I think it was 93,
Okay.
just barely past. And it hurt. And he's like, well, we need to probably consider another manipulation. And mentally, I was not prepared for another surgery because it had taken me back so far. And I
Right.
hate surgeries and I hate how I feel after a surgery. So I knew that I couldn't mentally do that again. Because in my mind, I was thinking, oh, it's a whole nother locked brace and everything.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it. So I kind of said, no, not doing another surgery. Let me see what I can do. So I got online and I found another coach online who just kind of specialized in just general knee care.
Hmm.
And it was a nice platform. But again, I wasn't making progress. And I would tell him, like, I can do all these things, but I'm not building the muscle that I need in my leg because I can see the noticeable difference.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I noticed with him and then the in-person PT is I never did strength testing. That was foreign to me,
Yeah.
to where I went the whole rest of that year doing his platform, still struggling, still compensating everywhere because you get to be a mastermind at like compensating with all the
Right.
muscles
Exactly.
except for using your quad. Um, and I had it in my mind that I was going to do the bike ride again that next June, to where my poor husband and my poor family members, they saw me struggling and they knew that I was determined to do this bike ride again. Where they all jumped on board and did it with me, and it was awesome. And I'm gonna cry because I'm so grateful for them because they literally carried me sometimes just to get through this.
Yeah.
But no, I completed that 130-mile bike ride again and went in and they like, okay, well, your meniscus, first of all, never healed. So you've been doing all this with a torn meniscus. And then you also have a a pretty good sized cyclops lesion. So that's why you can't get the extension and keep it, and then you can't get that flexion because it's blocking.
And that was around 9 months
So,
after the first surgery, right? Just so I have some dates. Yeah, okay. All right.
yep, that was about 9 months after the first surgery. And that was actually on that other platform. I was also just so discouraged with my coach because I didn't feel like I was being heard by him. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I keep struggling, I keep having pain, and I keep getting told, well, pain's normal, you just need to build up your muscle. Like I'm trying to build up my muscle, but it's not working because I keep getting shut down in my joint and I feel that
Yeah. Yeah.
to where I actually just ended it with him because I just never felt like I was being heard. And I found you,
Yeah.
and the rest is history.
How did you find us? Do you remember? Like, if you had to think about it, was it through Instagram? Was it through another
It,
medium?
no, it was Instagram, and it was one of your Q&A things that you do.
Okay. All right, cool.
And you had actually talked about strength testing. And
Okay.
I clicked on it and watched it, and for me, it was a light bulb moment, like, oh my gosh, this guy is the one for me, because I had known just doing my own research and stuff that I should have been getting strength tested,
Yeah.
and I never was. And then I think you were also wearing a shirt, and it made me laugh. And then you sent me one, that quad bless you,
Yeah,
because
that's right.
that's
Uh,
something that I say a lot with my family, is just like bless you, bless you, bless you. And so it kind of became quad bless you.
oh,
So
that's awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome. And I think we connected right around that time you were going to have the surgery, right? It was around June, I believe we started together, right before that time. Uh, when we first started, can you just share a little bit about like the program, what you felt was different compared to like the local PT or the other online PT that you had?
The first thing that I noticed was I felt heard. I felt like you genuinely listened and heard. And have you ever had an ACL injury? Were you ever injured that way?
No, no, I've had a ton of injuries, but I've always specialized with this. I've done extra training and there's a whole background with it, but like no, not specifically that injury.
Okay, well, I would never have known it, because talking with you, it felt like you related in so many ways, and especially the mental load. Because no one, I think more people are starting to talk about it, but going from someone who was active every single day and did her outdoor stuff every single day to not doing that at all took such a hit
Yeah,
mentally. And I felt like my in-person PT never related. And then even the other guy just didn't get how much of a hit you take.
yeah,
And I felt like you listened, and then you immediately set me up with that mental imaging. What,
yeah.
I can't remember, what is that one? What is it called?
Well, we have a couple. Well, I start with train the brain, and then I
Yeah,
also do
yeah,
yeah. So I do incorporate some mental training within the program. So I'm happy that you took to that because I think it makes a big difference.
it does. And counting the little wins, and I think I've already told you, but I I started doing that with my own daughter, and she does that every day. And just watching her mental strength grow from a little insecure 13 and a half, 14-year-old girl to a confident 15-year-old who, even when she does mess up, she just resets and starts the next play all over again with her volleyball. And it's so amazing to see
That's cool.
that compound onto your kids.
Yeah.
So
I think by example, right? So like, and then that's huge because even the adversity you were going through, when she saw you go through, I'm sure that helped her too. So that's really cool that you share that.
yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about, well, was there a specific moment where you felt like, okay, like I feel like I'm going to be okay? Like, is there any point in that time when we were working together that you can think about?
Yeah, there's a few. Um, well, the first month when I started going back in the gym and doing strength work, and just seeing, but also feeling my muscles growing, my quad. I could feel it activating, and I had not felt my quad activating in so long. So going from feeling my quad activating and feeling my quad muscles growing was huge. And I would cry happy tears instead of sad tears. And then getting to the point where I started baby jumping and just thinking, okay, I can hop a little bit and like I can do this. And then just all those little tiny baby wins that compounded off of each other to where I got to hopping and jumping. And then that first day of the walk run progression that you had me do,
Right.
I bawled like a baby afterwards with my daughter because she was with me and just thinking, okay, I can do this. This is actually happening now, you know?
Yeah. That's awesome. It's really cool. Like, the process is very long, as you know, but when you can recognize and celebrate those wins along the way, and you kind of alluded to this, it's like it makes a big difference because it helps with motivation, helps keep you going and work towards like the ultimate goals. Speaking of that, like any milestones, like you talked about the running and the strength testing and getting stronger, but like stuff that matters to you, whether it was like a race or a bike ride, anything, any big milestones that you got back, especially towards the end of the recovery that you can think about.
Yeah, getting on the bike and having it not hurt because biking is my passion. I love biking.
Yeah,
Um, so I got on a bike afterwards with my husband and we biked, I think it was like just 20 miles and it felt so good. My knee wasn't hurting, it wasn't swelling up. And just, biking that hour long bike ride with him, just totally in the moment, enjoying it, loving it, thinking, okay, my life is back. And then running comfortably, I was able to build up to doing a 5K. And now it's been a thing to where I'm trying to get faster with my 5K time. So lace up, every time I lace up, Con, it's a win for me. And
yeah,
that is a milestone for me. And like people tell me, like, well, should you even be running those miles on your leg? And I said, why not? I've
yeah,
built up the strength.
yeah,
It's a privilege to run. It's a privilege to get out there and do these things, and I will never ever take that for granted again.
yeah,
So just on Saturday, well, I think it was only 4.5 miles I did, but it was the fastest 5K time in that, to where
yeah.
I think I hit 25 minutes for the 5K.
That's awesome.
And you get the little badge notifications on your phone. It's like, good job, you made it faster. And so,
That's awesome.
so
That's awesome. Do you still keep
yeah.
up with some of like the principles that we talk about, especially with the strengthening? Like, tell me about that. Like,
Oh,
what have
yeah.
you learned here?
Yeah. So I still hit the gym. That's still a must for me. I will never not go to the gym. I'm fortunate enough to have basically everything I need in my house to where I can do my leg extension, my squats,
Nice.
hamstring stuff. Um, to where at least 2 to 3 times a week, I will still go and work my quads and my calves. And then the other day, I'll do my hamstring and glutes. I'll kind of
Awesome.
do that. And then I'll still incorporate jumping and plyo work,
Cool.
especially with my daughter being a libero. She knows that she has to be
Oh,
scrappy and quick to
basically
where,
all over the court.
oh
Yeah,
my gosh, yes. I'm like
that's
doing this every time she's playing.
oh, that's awesome. So you guys train together now. That's very cool.
Yeah, we're getting to that point. She does it with her club a lot, but she'll come down with me and hang out. And then she'll always be one of my loudest cheerleaders. Like, you got this, mom, big high five.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
I have to keep putting in the work because they're putting in the work for them. We have to build with each other.
Yeah, 100%. Any other big plans for you physically, like as far as races planned or anything, bike rides, anything big coming up for you?
Yes, I want to do the rat pot again because it's the last year they're actually doing this bike ride for these kids. So it's been 25 years that they've done it
Oh, wow.
and they're going to be done after this year. So I haven't told anybody, but I do want to do that again. I think my husband, he just knows that I'm gonna do it. He's probably just like sighing and gearing up to do it with me because he doesn't want to do it either, but he will.
That's
And
the
then there's another gravel race that I would love to do in August. It just depends on, kids' schedules. But
yeah.
that's like a 92 miler up in the mountains.
Oh wow, awesome. Very
So,
cool. Awesome.
yeah.
It's
And then,
awesome.
oh, and I didn't tell you, I am doing a half marathon end of this month.
Oh, nice.
I'm not signed up for anything, but I'm just gonna do it for me
Cool.
because it's been in my head. I had this text thread going with one of my really good friends. I made it to mile 3 for the first time ever. And I texted her and I said, I have a toxic trait thinking that I can just do a half marathon now. And she's like, well, I mean, you probably could. So that's been about 5 months since I said that. So it's time.
Nice. I
I
love
made
it.
it 7 mile a couple weeks ago to where I think I can do 13 end of March.
Cool. Awesome. I'm
So
excited to
we'll
hear it.
see.
I'm excited to hear about it. So please definitely share it when you do. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Last question here. So like talk about as far as if somebody was in your shoes or going through the rehab process, and maybe found us and thinking about working with us, would you recommend us to, others going through the process similar in your shoes?
1000%. If I ever, heaven forbid, do this again, or any of my kids or any of my loved ones, you will be one of the first phone calls. No doubt. The fact that you listen, you care, you encourage. I think you've had to pick me up a couple times to where I said, I'm just ready to get old and not do this anymore. I'm done. And you said, well, you can't do that. You got to keep pushing.
Yeah.
To where I really appreciate that, Con. It's been awesome to have you in my corner because I know I would not be here happy, content, and excited to keep living and pushing forward if I didn't have someone like you in my corner. You quite literally saved my life sometimes. And I'm not saying that lightly. And I really appreciate you being there so many times. But no, I know that you would be one of the first phone calls if this ever were to happen. So
Thank you.
you might get bothered by me. Hopefully not. Hopefully my daughter doesn't ever do anything, but she's so scrappy and stubborn. She might. I don't know.
No, let's keep her healthy. Let's keep her
Yeah, oh
healthy.
yeah, definitely.
But
She tells me all the time. She's like, Mom, do you see my quads? I'm like, I see your quads. I love your quads.
keep those quads going.
Yeah, quads are king.
Oh, it's awesome. I appreciate you so much, Mare, and I thank you for sharing that. It really means the world. We pour everything, I pour everything into this, and when I get feedback like that, it really lights me up. So thank you, and I'm so happy for you. And I really, honestly, if you didn't have the work ethic that you had, and really like just grinding each and every day, I don't think you would have got here either. So really, it's kudos to you, and I'm so happy that you're strengthening and keep, using our principles and really enjoying your life now. So it's awesome. So cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's really cool. But yeah, no, you definitely got to put in the work. And I know that that's kind of the thing that changed it is at some point you have to realize that you are the one putting in the work. It's ultimately up to you at the end of the day. But having someone like your platform and your community that you've established in your group that you have, it goes a long way. You
Yeah.
know, people who are there to encourage and support you and hear you. It goes a long way.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely, 100%. Thank you again. I really
yeah.
appreciate you coming on and talking about your story. I have no doubt a ton of people will be very, very inspired by it. Thanks again.
Oh, I think all ACLers are inspiring.